percentage. Am I audible properly? Everyone was clear with percentage? Okay. Today we are going to cover viewport. So that day in the note section I mentioned that there is one more unit called view height and view width, okay, which collaboratively make viewport. Okay, now what is viewport? Viewport is basically the screen we are seeing. Okay, whatever space we have on our screen, that is the viewport. Okay, and whatever vertical height we have, that is called view height. Okay, let me visualize this for you all. Assume this is my monitor screen, okay, and this entire thing is my viewport. Okay, how do I show you? This covering this is my viewport. Okay, what is this? This is my viewport. Okay, now I would just like to ask one simple question. Will the viewport be same for all screen sizes? Okay, so the phones will have small viewport. Okay, the laptops will have more smaller port as compared to the monitor screen. Okay, and the monitor screen will have smaller viewport as compared to the large televisions. Okay, so each and every device has a different viewport. Okay, so yeah, viewport, and this was about the viewport. Now what is view height? Let me remove it from here. You all understood what is viewport. View height, what is view height? This part, the entire height which we have, okay, this is called view height. This is view height, which is vertical, and its short form is VW. Okay, sorry, VH. And the thing here we have, the space we have, the width we have in our screen, that is called view width, which is horizontal, and its abbreviation is VW. Okay, so now what are the units in viewport? Units are these only. Let's cover about let's grab this one and paste it here. Let's cover unit 4, that is viewport. Okay, here we have viewport, which is visible area of our web page. Okay, another term we have VW, that is viewport width or view width. Okay, now what is 1 VW? 1 VW is the 1% of screen width. Okay, 1% of screen width. The max we can go is 100%, right? So if we write 100 VW, that is 100% of the screen width. Okay, can we exceed the screen width? Can we exceed the percentage above 100%? No, we can't. Okay, so same goes for view height also. Viewport height, and here 1 VH is equal to 1% of screen height. Okay, now these can go max up to, can be maxed up to 100. Okay, can't exceed that. Another term we have vmin, okay, which is smaller of vw or vh. Okay, we have vmax also, that is larger of vw or vh. Okay, now what is vmin, vmax? We will see that. First, let's see an example. Full screen hero section .html, a boilerplate. Full screen hero section, and here we will design what? We'll design a full screen hero section. How will we do that? Let's see side by side. Currently we have nothing in our page. Okay, so let's create a div first, which will be container or hero. Okay, inside that div we'll have one more div. Okay, inside that we'll have an h1, welcome to our site. Okay, and inside the paragraph we'll say this hero section is always full screen. Okay, next we'll create another div which will be content. We'll have another h2, regular content, inside another paragraph tag we'll say this is normal page content. Scroll up to see the full screen. Okay, allow me a moment please. Okay, so we created two divs. Okay, one was hero, one was content. Okay, as you all know, what is the hero? The thing we see after the nav bar is called the hero, and after that is the content. Okay, so inside the hero we gave one heading inside a div and a paragraph tag. Okay, this hero will always be full screen. Okay, now let me show you what I am trying to say. We'll give a style tag here only. We'll give the body. As you all can see, by default here is some padding and margin already given. Okay, this is the default behavior of HTML. Okay, if you don't want that, what we do is we target the body tag and we give the margin 0. Okay, see the margin gone, and also the padding 0. Okay, padding will also be gone. Box sizing will be border box. Okay, now let's give a font family also. Font family, let's say Arial Helvetica Sans serif. Now here in the font family, you see we why I am giving multiple fonts. Assume if some device don't has this Arial font. Okay, so what will happen? It will fall back to Helvetica font. Okay, if some device doesn't has both Arial and Helvetica font, then it will fall back to sans serif. Why sans serif at last? Because it's a mandatory thing in all devices. Okay, it's present in all of the devices, so sans serif will always be there. Okay, currently we are using Arial font. Okay, so now let's give some styling to the hero div which we created, not here, inside the style tag, and we'll give the width in view width. Okay, we'll give the entire width of the screen to this hero section. Okay, 100 view width. So whatever width we have currently in our screen, this is my screen currently, this is my browser page, so whatever width I have from here to here, I'm giving the entire width to the hero div, this div. Okay, next we'll give entire height also. The height starts from here, okay, not from here. Okay, the view area, it starts from here and ends till here. Okay, so height will be 100 vh. Okay, and I'll give background a linear gradient. Okay, what is a linear gradient? It's a mix of colors. Okay, mix of gradients. I can give a degree. Okay, 45 degrees, and then two colors. Okay, combination of two colors. Let's say take this one, the AI generated. Looking bad. Let's pick some other color. Hashtag 3498 dB. Okay, and 2ECC71. Okay, so we'll give a display flex. We'll come to this, what is display flex and all this. Okay, well, then align item center. What will happen with this? Items will be aligned vertically. Okay, now when will this align items work? This align items will work when we give the display flex. Okay, if we don't give the display flex, that won't work. Okay, next we'll give, what we want is this item should be exactly in the center of the page. Okay, so for that, for aligning it horizontally, what we'll do, we'll give a justify content of center. Okay, this will align the items vertically and horizontally. For vertical, yes, what display flex, this one makes the container, the div, a box. Okay, box which behaves, which aligns the item in horizontal way. Okay, I will cover this. We have many types of displays. Okay, so we will cover this, okay, in the later part. Yeah, currently understand that if you want to create a box inside the div, okay, virtual box, okay, so we can do that by giving that div a display flex. Okay, and if we want that that box should align the content in the exact center of the screen, we use this align item center for vertical alignment. Okay, and the justify content for horizontal alignment. Okay, now let's move to the next part, justify content, and let's make the text color as white. For changing the color of the text, we use the color property in CSS. Okay, and for aligning the text in center, okay, whatever the width will be, okay, If we give this property, this the text will align in the exact center, okay, horizontally. Okay, we can do this using this property wherever the text is. So next we'll give the class to hero h1. Okay, can anyone tell me what kind of selector I am using here? This one. What? No, it's a nested selector. Yeah, see, I'm yeah, you are correct partially. What is your name? Nagendra. But after the class we are targeting an element also inside this class, this one. Okay, this is the parent element, and then we are targeting this h1. Okay, so this is a nested selector. So here we will give the font size in VW. Okay, for VW, and a margin of 0. Okay, then we will target the p tag, especially inside the hero. Okay, so we'll again use the nested selector, and we'll give the font size as 2 view width exactly, and margin top won't be 10 pixels, it will be 1 rem. Okay, so can anyone tell me what 1 rem will be considered here? What will be 1 rem? Correct. Okay, and after that we'll target that content div. Okay, padding, yes, we require padding, we require a background color, and we require a text align center. Okay, now where is this content? This content is overflowing in the bottom. Why this gone in the bottom? Why has it gone into the bottom? Because this is currently our 100 view height. Okay, so what we declared here, that this hero div will take the entire view height. Okay, if you see here what we are declaring, this div will take entire view height, okay, whatever is visible to us, and it will also take the entire view width. Okay, it will take the entire width with whatever is visible to us. Okay, so basically it's taking the entire viewport, okay, and displaying its content. Okay, what is its content? This is its content. Okay, so after this hero tag, we the content, actual content is showing. Okay, this content of this div. Okay, why is this happening? Because of this 100 view width and 100 view height. Okay, if we give this, let's not modify the width, nothing would happen if we modify the width. Let's give it a 90 view height. See, it will take 90 view height only. Okay, if we give a height of 50 view height, it will take half the area of the visible area. Okay, see, now the regular content is also visible. Now this will happen in all the screen sizes. Okay, whatever the screen size may be, see, it will happen in all the screen sizes. Let it be a phone, let it be a tablet, let it be a laptop, let it be a Excel size monitor, let it be a large television. Okay, it will take the 50 view height. Okay, so this is view height and view width. Okay, any doubt in view height and view width? Okay, let's move further. Next we'll create responsive typography and viewport units. Okay, means the responsive texts. Okay, so let's create responsive typography dot html. Responsive typography. Inside this we'll create a first container. Okay, okay, let me start it first. div dot responsive text. Okay, this is our div. Okay, inside this we'll have 5h1. Okay, h1 dot view width title. And yeah, I forgot to tell you all, this is the shortcut to directly write the class names. Okay, we write the element name here and we give a dot and then we write the class names. Okay, like next class I want is bh title. Okay, so I'll give a title and press enter. It will automatically create the element with appropriate class name. I scale with width 5 view width. Okay, and after that we'll give another h1 with class name of vmin title. I am always proportional, correct. Then after that we'll create one more class of h1 which will be problem demo. Too big on desktop. Sorry, 10 view width. Then we'll create a better demo. Okay, the above one will be problem, another one will be solution. Okay, which one better demo? Just write everywhere. Okay, so currently we see all the texts have same size. Okay, let's start giving some class names, the styling. Okay, so first we will see the responsive text. Okay, this will be the responsive text container. Let's give some padding to it. Okay, inside the style tag we'll select the responsive text align will be center. Okay, and not margin, we'll give padding. How much padding we are giving in pixels? Can anyone tell me? 32 pixels. Okay, so after that what we will do is we'll target our first h1 which will be view with title, and we'll give the font size as 5 view width. Okay, means 5% of viewport width. Okay, and then we'll give a color hash 2c3e50, let's say. Okay, so this scales up with width. Okay, 5% of view width. Okay, so let's say, see, this is becoming bigger as the screen size is increasing. Okay, as the screen size decreases it becomes smaller. Okay, this will be very useful, okay, to make responsive designs in HTML CSS. Okay, then we have a view width title. Okay, sorry, we already targeted the view width title. Then we have the view width view height title actually. We'll give the font size as 5% of the view height here. Okay, so what will happen here is let's give it some another color, E74 C3C, E74 C3C. Now see, what will happen here in this one, see, this is becoming responsive as the screen width is increasing or decreasing. Okay, let's see this property, this tag's behavior. Okay, now what will happen here, see, let me show you. As the height of the screen increases or decreases, it scales up. Okay, means zooms out and zooms in. Okay, see, okay, so this is the power of view width and view height. Okay, if we want a responsive design, we can use this. Okay, view width and view height. Next we have is the vmin title. Okay, means the viewport minimum title. Here we can give, yeah, correct. So this will be always readable on any screen. Okay, see here, it is always proportional. Okay, means it will take the what we call that, the viewport, okay, the minimum viewport, and it will always scale up or scale down as per the viewport. Okay, the minimum viewport. Okay, 5% of the view minimum port. 1 second. Okay, next we have the problem demo. Okay, here we'll give font size. See, this is too big. Okay, 10% of view width. Okay, this is very much big, right? Too big on desktop screen. See what is happening here, it's scaling up. Okay, we don't want this. Okay, so this is our problem demo. Now in order to fix this, we have another h1 better demo. Okay, here we will clamp. Okay, this is a modern solution. Okay, we will clamp it. Okay, 1.5 rem, 2 view width and 3 rem. Okay, now let's understand what is clamping. Okay, so basically what clamp means, it is a middle value with a range of values, okay, defined, and basically see what is required here. This will be the absolute size. Okay, 1 second, sorry, I'm going wrong. It basically takes 3 parameters. Okay, a minimum value, okay, a preferred value, okay, and a maximum allowed value. Okay, means what will happen here, it can give it can go minimum up to 1.5 rem. Okay, the preferred value means we want that the font should be 2 view width. Okay, and the maximum, if it increases, it should go up to 3 rems. Okay, 16 threes are 48. Okay, max it can go up to 48 pixels. Okay, see what will happen here. See the last h1. 1 second. Okay, so it's clamping. Okay, it's not changing. Okay, it's just clamping. Okay, this is also a way to make the text responsive. Okay, next we will cover the doubt of Durga, display flex. Okay, so we'll cover the display types here. Display types, there are many types of display. Okay, so every HTML element has a default display type. Okay, each and every element of HTML has a default display type. What are those display types? One is block. Okay, now block elements have a property that they take full width, okay, of the screen. They start in new line, okay, like let's say the best example is p tag, heading 1 tag, and also a div tag, okay. Like a live example, if I show you here only, see here, if let's say I write a p tag here, okay, and I give a large text like lorem. See what is happening here. Basically what should happen, that the screen should overflow, okay, horizontally, but what is happening here is the paragraph is just breaking here and it's taking new line, okay. So this paragraph element is also a block element, okay. Paragraph tag is a block element. Same goes for h1 also, okay, if we use h1, or also if we use something inside the div, if we create a lot of buttons here. See, if let's create a nav bar. This is a nav bar, okay. Let's not give it a class name, let's give this one a class name, style. Let's remove the default properties, list style none and stuffs, list style none and padding 0, okay. Now everything is in center. We don't want this text align in center, okay. Also we want this to be in one line, okay. So we'll again use the display flex property. Now everything is in one line, okay. Also we want that each and every element, the child element inside the UL, should have a gap. So we'll give a gap of 1 rem, okay. We got the gap here. Next what we want is responsive text. Did we use, oh, we used already responsive div, let's say dot responsive div, okay. So we don't want to target the responsive div, we will basically target our li tags, okay. How will we do that? We will do that using nested selector, okay. So this is our responsive div, okay. Inside this we have a nav tag, so we'll use nav, then we have a ul, okay. Then we have an li, okay. See what we will do here is we'll give each li a padding of 1 rem. We'll give a background color, okay, 1 2 rem. Let us, yeah, see, let's create some more li's, okay. So currently why is this overflowing? Okay, this is overflowing because this is not a block element, okay. But you might be asking me, you might be thinking that this div is a block element. You told now that this div is a block element, right? It won't overflow. It takes the full width, and if it's overflow, if it sees that it has extra elements or extra content, it just starts with a new line. But why is this overflowing? Because these things are not in a div, okay. These things are inside a UL, okay. So that's why it's overflowing, what does this mean? This means that the UL is not a block element. Okay, so we saw in we saw one example of a block element. Okay, and we saw another example of non-block element. Okay, now what is this non-block element? It's not called a non-block element. Let's discuss about it. See, another type of display we have is inline. Okay, it takes needed space, okay, and flows with text, like a span tag, like an anchor tag, like a strong tag. Okay, if you see an anchor tag, you see here, is it taking extra space, or is it taking only the space which it requires? Is it taking the full width? Let me show you visually. Okay, we'll do an example. Okay, we'll do a comparison. First, let's discuss the theory. So we have discussed block elements which take full width, and while overflowing they start in a new line. Okay, they don't overflow, they simply start in a new line. Best examples are paragraph tag, h1 tag, and div tag. Next we have is display inline. Okay, now what is the default behavior of inline? It takes only the needed space, okay, and flows with the text. Okay, like a span tag, like an anchor tag, and like a strong tag. Okay, next we have the third type, which is inline block. Inside this, the elements flows like inline, okay, same as inline, but can have width and height. Okay, now let's discuss it visually, what I'm telling you all. We'll compare block versus inline block. Okay, comparison.html. Display types comparison. Now see, first thing we'll do here is we'll design our basic structure, and let's close this and start our live server, a blank screen. We'll create 3 divs here, okay, with the same class of div into demo section, div.demo section into 3. So inside first demo section, we'll give h3 as block elements, block elements, each on new line. What we discussed, that block elements, what is the behavior of block element? It takes full width, okay, whatever width is available, view width, okay, and it starts in a new line. Okay, so let's give a div of class name block demo. The perfect example, we are taking the div. Okay, div is a block element, the block element. Okay, it's the block element, block element. Okay, and actually we need 3 such divs to show exactly the behavior. This will be block 1, This will be block 2, this will be block 3. Now let's discuss the block elements. We'll discuss here. Okay, in this section we'll see the block elements, in this section we'll see the inline elements. Okay, in this section we'll see the flex elements. As you can see, the block elements, it's going vertically. Okay, and in the inline elements you see it's flowing. Okay, it's flowing with the text. Okay, means whatever inline elements we give, they flow vertically, the horizontally. Okay, and in the block elements they flow vertically. Okay, they take the full width. Okay, whatever block elements are here, they take the full width. How do I show you? Okay, the best example is, let me show you. Style tag dot block demo. Now if I am giving this block demo CSS, okay, CSS properties, it will be applicable in all 3 divs here. Okay, so if you see here, each div is taking the full width. Okay, is the color visible properly, or shall I change the color? Now you see it's taking the full width. Okay, whatever the width is available, each block element, this is one block element, this is another block element, this is another block element. Okay, so each block element takes full width of the viewport. Okay, and also if there is another block element, like if you see here, there are 3 block elements. Okay, also h3 is also a block element, right, as we discussed here. h1, h2, h3 means all the h1 heading tags are of course block elements. Okay, so of course h3 will also take the full width. Okay, currently this is taking the full width. Okay, and what is happening here, since this block element is taking the full width, another block element will be displayed in the new line. Okay, as you can see here. Okay, there are 4 block elements, each displaying in a new line. Now in the inline elements, what is happening, this behavior isn't happening, right? In the inline elements, there are 3 inline elements, like the span tag. Okay, there are 3 span tags. The property of span tag is it only takes the space required. Okay, and it flows with the text like a span tag. Okay, and also an anchor tag. Let's see an example of anchor tag also here. A dot inline demo. Okay, see, this is also a inline element. Okay, inline, as it says, it will be in a line. Okay, that is what inline element says. Let's style the inline elements also. First let's style the demo section. Margin of 2 rem and also 0. Okay, and padding of 1 rem is okay. Border of, let's say, 2 pixels. Solid DDD. See, so this is our container. Okay, for each display types. Okay, so whenever we give styles to a particular class, okay, wherever that class is written, it will be applicable in each class. Okay, so currently what I did, I gave this class name to this div also, second div also, third div also. Okay, and since the same class name is given in all the 3 divs, if I apply margin here, padding here, and border also here, it will be applicable on all three divs. Okay, now next we'll see here the display block. Okay, we gave the display as block, and we gave some margin here, which we can give in pixels also. but it is okay. Okay, we actually needed to give 10 pixels of margin, so rem is already doing that. Okay, we can give some width of let's say 200 pixels. Width, sorry, typo. Okay, also we can give a height of 50 pixels. Okay, 50 pixels of height. Okay, currently if it has a width of 200 pixels. Okay, let's not give a width of 200 pixels, let's give it in percentage of 100%. Can anyone tell me uh, what is the width of its parent element? The block demo's parent element, what is its width? Okay, I don't see an answer. So the block demos parent element, which is demo section, it has a full width of 100 view width. Okay, so this is taking the 100 view width of space. Why is it overflowing? Because you see here we gave some padding here. Okay, but this demo section doesn't understand. Okay, sorry, this rem doesn't understand. Okay, that there is some padding given. Okay, sorry, the width doesn't understand that there is some padding given. Okay, so it will take 100% of the parent element's width, that is 100 view width. Okay, so it will overflow ultimately. So you see here, if we give the width has full also or 100% also. Okay, then also what is happening here, not in this one, sorry. If we give full width here also, what will happen here, then also this block elements won't come in one line. Okay, they will appear in a new line, each block element will appear in a new line. Okay, so whatever block elements we use ultimately appears in a new line. It takes, each block elements takes the full width. Now let's talk about the inline elements. What is the default behavior of inline elements? The default behavior of inline elements is that they appear in a single line. Okay, they take as much space as they require. Okay, whatever their space requirement is, they take only that space. Okay, they don't take the full width. Okay, so this is the basic difference between block elements and inline elements. Okay, so let's style the inline demo. Okay, you can give the display inline. Okay, which is already inline. Okay, if we don't give this also, then also it will behave the same. Okay, because of this elements. Okay, we are currently using the inline elements here. Okay, so its default behavior is display inline. Okay, so if we give this or don't give this, that doesn't matter. Okay, it will always be inline. Okay, these are some padding margin given to all the inline elements. Okay, and a background color, and color means the text color. Okay, basically we need to focus on this part. Any doubt? Display block also, like I explained now, that the block elements take full width. Okay, like it's taking the full width. Okay, each block element is taking the full width. So if we remove this, then also it will behave the same. Okay, it will take the full width. Okay, yeah, because if we want to change the default behavior of some inline elements or a block element, then we can write it. Okay, like if we want to make this block element inline, okay, or something like that, we'll see that in later part. Next, let's see the inline block demo. What is the inline block? So here, if you see here, let's first give a background color to each element so that we can understand what is happening in display inline block. Okay, we need to change the class name here. Inline block demo. Okay, inline block demo. See what is happening here, it is also taking the full width. Okay, so this is kind of best for both. Okay, means if we want both the behaviors of block and inline elements, we can combine this and make a inline block element. Okay, like we have a flex 1, flex 2, flex 3 here. Okay, so what will happen here if we give a display of inline block, it's already the inline block. Okay, but let's just give it. Okay, and we give each element a width. Okay, a width of 150 pixels, height of 50 pixels. Okay, see what is happening here now. If we remove the width and height, see the behavior. Okay, what happens here is currently this elements, may I know what kind of element is div? No, I'm asking what kind of element is div. Is it a block element or an inline element? Block element. Okay, good. One second. Okay, so sorry for the interruption. Yeah, so basically the div is a block element. Okay, so it's taking the full width. Okay, if you see here, it's taking the full width. Let me add some gap. See, I'm adding a gap only. Okay, to show you that this thing is not combined. Okay, these are separate elements. Gap of or let's add a margin of 0.5 rem 0. Okay, so these are not combined. Okay, they were appearing as combined. So see, these are individual elements. Okay, this h1 is this h3 is itself a block element. Okay, and the other three divs are also block element, which we covered here. Okay, so currently its default behavior is it's acting as a block, display block. Okay, but if I give the display inline block, what will happen here, it will take the behavior of both the block and inline elements. Okay, it will take the space required by it. Okay, whatever content is inside it, it will take that much space only. Okay, see, if there is no content inside, it will take no space. Okay, see, so this is display inline block. Okay, to mix the behavior of block and inline elements. Okay, now let's give it some width to make it more beautiful. Simply width of 150 pixels and height of how much 50 pixels. Okay, what we did here is proactively we defined its width and height. Okay, whose width and height? This div's width and height. Okay, currently understand this, that this div is a box. Okay, and this box had a width and height only that much, whatever content it needed to display. Okay, but proactively what we did is we predefined a width of 150 pixels and height of 50 pixels. Okay, so after that let's remove this background and let's give it a light green color. Okay, and already the margin is given. Give a margin from top also. Can anyone tell me, if I want to align the text in center, what property do I use? Correct. So now it's horizontally aligned. Okay, now what is the use of line height? There is another property called line height. Line height, what it will do, it will say that the text should take a height of 50 pixels. Okay, so currently the text is taking the height of 50 pixels. Okay, after that let's see it practically where to use it. Okay, we will use this display inline block and stuffs when we create a navbar. Okay, navbar dot html. Inside this we'll create a nav with class name of navbar. Okay, inside this we'll create 5 anchor tags. So typically a website has all this. Okay, home, about, services, contact, blog. Okay, inside the navbar. Then the content inside, I'll give internal stylings, inline stylings. Okay, navigation demo, then a p tag, the navigation above uses inline block to create horizontal what we can call it, menu items with conflicting consistent, not conflicting, consistent sizing. Okay, let's start it. So this is our navbar. Okay, what we want is that can anyone tell me what type of element is this anchor tag? Inline element, correct. Okay, so what is happening here? By default it's in inline. Okay, so after that, let's make it somewhat good. Add a padding of 2 rem. We'll focus on navbar here. Okay, leave this part. Okay, just read this. Navigation above uses inline block to create horizontal menu items with consistent sizing. Okay, now let's actually focus on CSS. In the CSS, what we'll do is we'll first target the nav bar, which is the nav container, navigation bar container. Here what we'll do, we'll create a background color, give it a background color of hashtag 333. Okay, padding of 0, the default padding will go, and margin of 0. Okay, not working. Okay, can give it in a universal selector also. See, so as I told you all that a website typically has HTML has some margin and padding already set, okay, predefined. So in order to remove that, we use this star. Okay, this star is also a universal selector, means if you apply something here, it will be globally applicable. Okay, if I apply the background color here, it will be globally applicable in all entire application. Okay, entire website, entire page. Okay, so let's not use it here, it's of no use now. Okay, now let's design the nav items. One second. So okay, inside this nav item, what we'll do, we'll create give this a display of inline block. Okay, and do we want a padding here? Don't want a padding here. We'll give a width of this auto suggestion. We'll give a width of 120 pixels. Did we actually create a class called nav item? No, we didn't create. Okay, so what will be our nav item? This will be our nav item. Okay, the anchor tags. Okay, I forgot to mention the class names here. So width we gave as 120 pixels. Okay, height we gave as, yeah, someone is speaking. Means correct. See this one, we gave an inline CSS here, padding. Yeah, so okay, now why is padding appearing here? This is not padding actually, this is the height. Okay, we gave the height here as 50 pixels. We remove this, it won't appear. Okay, after that we'll give a line height again, same as the height, so the text aligns in center. Okay, also we want all the text to align horizontally in center. We give it text line center. Okay, and after that we'll give the color white, text decoration as none to remove the underline. Okay, give a border right as 1 pixel solid hashtag 555. Okay, so see, now we can visualize what does this text align center do. See, if we remove this text align center, the text will appear at the start. Okay, so in fact this text align has some properties like text align end. Okay, if we want to show the text horizontally in the end, we can give it as end. Okay, if we want it in center, okay, left right, so currently we will give it as center. Okay, also the line height, remove the line height. See what happens, the text appears on the top. Okay, once you give a line height of 50 pixels, it aligns vertically in center. Okay, next what we want to use pseudo classes. Okay, so we'll use pseudo class to change the default behavior whenever we hover on this. Okay, whenever we hover on this, what should happen? Something should happen. Let's say the color should change, so we'll give the background color of hashtag 555. So through the pseudo class, the hover pseudo class, what we did is we are changing the background color whenever we hover on it. Okay, and next pseudo class we discussed about was last child, first child. I hope everyone remembers. Okay, so what I want, that I don't want the border in the last child. Okay, in the right side, I don't want this border. I'll simply say target the last child, get the border right as none. What if I want to simply change the background color of the first child? Okay, in order to change the background color of first child, what I will do is first child border left one. No, the border won't appear. Let's change the background color. Background color hashtag 4. See, background color changed. Okay, I don't want this. Just showing you all first child. So this was the pseudo class also. Okay, now we created this using anchor tag now. Okay, but generally what we do, if we go with another aspect, let's comment this and let's create a navbar with ul. Okay, what kind of this is what kind of element is ul? Is it display inline or is it display block? Let's see. Five elements here. Okay, what kind of elements are these? Okay, wait, first let's remove okay, no problem. Let's remove this default behaviors. So can anyone tell me what is li? What kind of element is li? Is it display block or display inline? Correct, so it's taking the full width and going in the new line. Okay, if we want to change this default behavior, what we will do, we will one second. Hello, हाँ ओके, ठीक है. ओके, ठीक है. ओके, ठीक है. Okay. Okay. ठीक. Okay, so, 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 okay, so nav. Okay, so after this we have a ul, then we have an li. Okay, now if we want to check what kind of element is ul, let's clone another ul. We see here it appears in a block. Okay, simply ul is also a block element. Okay, so now how to change the default property of this ul? So in order to change that, we'll simply target the ul inside the navbar. Okay, dot navbar ul. First we'll remove the default stylings, okay, by giving the list style none. Okay, and the padding 0, margin 0, display flex. Now what is display flex? See, what does it do? It acts same as inline block. Okay, if we use the inline block or flex, see, it has the same behavior. If I use here inline block, one second, display inline block. Oh no, actually it won't apply here. Why? Because I need to give it to li's. Okay, what I want is, if I want the parent element to take the entire width, okay, and its children should take the entire width and act as an inline block element, we'll give the display flex here. Okay, so what is happening here? We are giving the inline block kind of property to the parent tag, okay, and it's applying to the internal child also. Okay, see, due to this the entire child also became the inline block. Okay, so our work is easy now. We give flex 1. Okay, let's not use flex 1 now. We'll discuss the flex box in another class. It's a entire thing we need to discuss. So we'll simply give gap of 10 pixels. Not here. I'll give a gap of 10 pixels here. Okay, inside the li we'll use the display inline block. If we don't use the display inline block here, okay, then also it will behave the same. Okay, because we already applied it using the display flex, okay, in its parent element. Rest of the stylings you see here, the internal spacing, external spacing, that is because of the width height and the line height, text align center. Okay, now how to remove that blue things? Okay, the underline and the default blue color of the text, that is due to the lia tag, anchor tag. Okay, we'll target this. Okay, we'll use the color white property to change the font color. Okay, text decoration and why? Because to remove the underline. Correct, don't want this display block or some stuffs. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, display block. Okay, so due to display block, what is happening? It's taking the entire width, okay, and the entire height, okay, whatever is available. Okay, and we are giving the background color of hashtag 333 and a border right. Okay, see, so this is how we can create a nav bar, simple nav bar. Also, if you want, you see a login button here, so you can add a login button here. Okay, like button sign up login. Now what is happening here? Nav is also a block element. Okay, sorry, the button is also a block element. Okay, what we need to do, we need to pass in the nav bar. Also the nav is also a block element, so we can pass here display flex. Okay, so it will be applicable to entire content. Okay, now let's discuss about flex somewhat. See, inside the flex, what is happening? We have two child. Okay, inside this navbar we have two child. Okay, understand this as a flex, understand this as a box, okay, which we call flex box. Okay, inside this we have two child. Now what I want, this is a ul. Okay, this is starting from here ending till here. Okay, and this button is another child. Now what I want is there should be a gap, okay, between the children, that one child should be in the starting, okay, one child should be at the end. So for that we have some custom properties of flexbox. Wherever we declare display flex, we declare that justify content should be, let's say, space between. So see, what will be the space between the item, another item will be pushed to the right and the first item will be in the left. Okay, there are many other such properties. If we want the entire items to be in the center, we can say center. See, entire item is in the center now. Okay, there are many properties. Okay, justify content stretch, it will stretch. Okay, so in our case we want justifies content space between. Okay, so there is a space between. So this was about block elements and inline block and inline elements. Tomorrow we will discuss about responsive designs, okay, and flexbox. Okay, we generally work with flexbox. Okay, we don't work with this inline display block. Okay, generally work with flexbox. So tomorrow we'll discuss about flexbox, and then we'll cover how to make a website responsive. Okay, like if I increase the screen height width and decrease the screen height width, the website should look good. Like this one was looking, which one was it? This one, I guess. Not this one. This one, right? It's looking good in all kind of screens. Okay, it's scaling up according to the screen width and height. So tomorrow we'll discuss this one. Okay, any doubt for today? Yes. Pardon me. Hello. Okay, so I assume there is no doubt. I will share all the resources. Did I share the resources for yesterday? Okay, I'll share both of them now. You can go with the projects. Okay, and did anyone create that progress bar which I told yesterday to create? Okay, create a progress bar. Okay, that is your task for today. Okay, thank you everyone. That is